Guys, the same shit is happening in Sudan and Congo that's happening in Israel, Palestine, right? Instead of us funding Israel to do the shit in Palestine, we're funding the UAE to do the shit in Sudan, and we're funding Rwanda to do the shit in Congo. Same exact shit. We're doing it for resources in Congo. We're doing it for the minerals there. Most of the world's cobalt comes from there. Lithium comes from there. We wouldn't even have phones if it wasn't for Congo. So in order for us to get it for cheap and have access and a monopoly on those resources, we fund niggas like Rwanda to do the shit in Congo. Same thing in Sudan. It's all about resources. We fund the UAE. By the way, Biden had a choice to stop all funding to the UAE. He was sanctioning you. He got to UAE. People were like, bro, you need to sanction the UAE. He was like, nah, by the way. And so we fund the UAE. We arm them. We give them weapons. We give them aid. Then they use that shit.
Assalamu alaikum. I have to reply to this young brother. Okay, so what's happening in Sudan and Congo is directly linked to Zionist power structures, who are also double agents with the CIA and NATO and corporations who actually normalize creating chaos in African continent while looting resources for centuries. So I am not going to sit here and pretend it's going to, Africans are, as an African, I am not going to pretend this is not happening, because it is happening. It's been happening for centuries. Who are the hidden hands behind every single chaos that takes place in Africa? It actually lead to one group, one specific group, and these are the Zionist power structure. Since Atlantic trade slavery, it has been this group that are linked to the bankers in Western power structure, which are the Rothschild family. There is an amazing article. I actually I actually took a screenshot of these the articles, and I posted on this video. But you need to read the entire article. It will make you sick to your stomach. It will make you sick to your stomach. And I've been talking about how Zionists are directly also linked to the conflict that's happening in the Somali coast, the Ethiopian and the Somali wars. Every single chaos that took place in Africa is directly linked to them. When are our people going to wake up? When are we going to wake up? They are telling young black men about Afrocentrisms and things that really don't matter, and trying to make our attention diverted from what really matters. What really matters is today, not yesterday, okay? Because they telling people you are Egyptian. The Afrocentric movement I always talk about, that is creating hatred and division among Africans, and even African Americans and Africans. It's a CIA operation, which is a Zionist operation that has been diverted our young people attention. What really will impact their life today and the coming years for something that will not beneficial to them. For instance, their race, their appearances. Remember when they start talking about Somalis are not black, and all Africans and all African diaspora black Americans were really hating on Somalis because of this narrative? Who's behind all these bullshit? Ask yourselves, who's behind this division? Who's behind African killing African? Now, this young man has the audacity to sit here and blame Rwanda. Rwandans experienced genocide that was directly also linked to Europeans and the CIA, who were bombarding these people with radiation and anger rage weapon that's being used against these people, a microwave. I have experienced this as a firsthand. I am being tortured by the US government, by the same entities that are doing this to Africa. Okay? The same entities. Why? Because I talk about Robert Mugabe and how the West punished Zimbabwe. But also, I was an activist. And I was also programmed like everybody else. I was activist for things that would not impact my people directly. Okay? And now I see the bigger picture. So I want to tell Africans, wake the fuck up. Excuse my language, but you need to wake up. Why are you fighting among each others? There are people who are getting very, very, very wealthy rich, filthy rich from your resources and depleting our resources and leaving Africans starving and have nothing to show for all the richness that we have underneath of our feet in our continent. We are fighting among each others. We are being bait by Mossad agents from left to right, everywhere. Everywhere you look, all these young men coming are agents of the military industrial complex of the US government who are controlled by the Zionist power structure, but also Israeli Mossad intelligence are directly linked to these disinformation that's taking place online. And this is the future war. Perception and mind control has been always narrative control and mind and CIA number one weapon. Mind control has been always CIA number one weapon. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit emotional. Please read the article. I would link the article to here. You cannot find that article if you Google it. You must use Yandex, which is the Russian search. Is the Russian search engine. So you have to understand who controls the government is the corporations. We are run by ruthless capitalist corporations, mafiosos, who are mostly Zionists. I live a corporate city, Seattle, Washington. Come get me, motherfuckers, okay? They're already torturing me. So I might as well spill the tea, spill the truth, the whole entire truth, nothing but the truth, and God is my witness, okay? Amazon,